Good day, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final race, race 6 of this Pro Championship in the first FAI Virtual Wall Gliding Championship. Anton Abbé here today with Norman Shindowski. Good day, Norman.
Good day to everyone, Antoine, and of course all the viewers out there on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, or wherever you are, Facebook. Thanks for coming back to our sixth and final race for the competition of the World Champion Pro Championship of 2024 here on this beautiful day on May 15, 2024. And we are now hanging out in this beautiful Herzegovina. What's it called? Where are we? What?
Montenegro.
Montenegro.
Montenegro. Don't know how you can spell it. Maybe we have some specialists in the chat already saying hi to everyone today. Obviously,
that's in the West Balkan 2 map of the virtual gliding on Condor 2, and Montenegro is our last flight for today. And looking forward to that. But let's quickly just talk about the recap about yesterday's race number 5 in Serbia. And what do you have to say? There it is, the scoring. Anton, Antoine, talk to us.
So from yesterday's results, you've been able to follow that with us, and you can replay the live, and highlights will be available later on. We have the big win from the Canadian pilot Ryan Wood, 111 kilometers per hour with 1,000 points, followed by the Swedish pilot Jim Ackertoft with 111 kilometers per hour, only 5 seconds behind. Then Davis Chapins from the USA, 110.5 kph. Uwe Meltzer, Hubert de Lantaigne, Jeroen Jenen, Ben Fest, Franz Schwetzweger, Felix Neuberger, and Mialik Knoos are making the top 10. And we unfortunately had a race disqualification then for John Foster this morning due to the Finnish arrival and the unsafe maneuver that we had to judge this morning. We can have a look at the overall results of this Pro Championship. How many points for the leader tonight, Norman?
How many points for the leader? It's May. I'm not seeing May leading as number 1 on the overall ranking list with 3,929 points, followed closely by Jeroen Jenen from Belgium with 3,386 points. And then our super duper US American DC1 Davis Chapins with 2,956, which is right now the top 3 of the overall ranking after 5 races. And then closely followed by Tim Madsen, Zoltan Wagra, Frank Schwertfeger, Mijali Knautz, Uwe Melzer, David Redman, and Ben Fest, the top 10. And if you look at these numbers, the top 15 of this race, now top 15, is that right? The top, not the top 11, 12 have still mathematically a chance. Mathematically a chance to be on the podium, to go back to the final in Germany in November. The top 15, that is mathematically. Are there the chances for them? We don't know. We'll find out today. But the top 3 have a great chance. The top 10 have a great chance to be qualifying today with the last race. And the last race today will be, as we say, in Montenegro. And here we see the overall, one more time, all the top 3 winners, the podium winners, finishers for the Pro Championship. And today's Montenegro race will be showing us who is the best of the best, and we'll be flying in the mountains. I'm looking forward to that. Antoine, let's talk about today's race. What's in the can? What has the Taskmaster made today? Let's talk about that.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the race of the day. So, race 6. We are in Montenegro, which is close to Serbia, Kosovo, Albania, Croatia, and so on. It's called, I believe, the Black Mountains as well. Those in this country where we are going to fly today. So let's have a look at the starting point. We will start from Beran with a maximum start altitude of 1,800 800 meters QNH, so above mean sea level, and the max speed is 170 kph for start, as usual. Then the turn point 1 is Colasine, so that's not this way, Tim, that's the other way. Thank you. To the southwest, west southwest. They are going to the turn point 1 for 30.8 kilometers, called Colasine. Then we are going to the south southeast to Tef, or Tet, depending on how you spell it, for 50.3 kilometers. Then we're going to turn point 3, and you can see a lot of mountains in this area. It's going to be a crazy race in club class. We're going to Peja, or Peje. You can see it on the map here, just outside of these mountain chains, for 51.4 kilometers, and then back to Beran via the reporting point Beran South, for 38.6 kilometers, and then there are 6.5 kilometers from the reporting point to the finish line, and the pilots must cross the finish line above 730 meters QNH. That is exactly 30 meters above ground level, as usual for the finish. And then obviously the pilots must land straight ahead, but they've had a reminder of that today. What's the weather like today?
Well, looking at this, we're going to have some decent weather coming from the northwest at 14 kilometers per hour. And that means the mountains will get a lot of ridge lift, or a decent sized ridge lift. We have a bit of cumulus coming in, a bit of medium cumulus clouds with the thermals in it. High activity, of course, and it's going to be a lot of ridge racing. This is an absolute ridge race. Everybody's going to start at the same time, and we're going to rip through these high mountains and lots of narrow pathways to get through it, especially around turn point 2. It's going to be difficult to get above the mountains and around it. So here we can see beautiful the cumulus clouds building all around the mountains. But we will have, with the 14 kilometers out of the north-northwest at a 335 degrees, a nice lift throughout most of the legs. And I know we'll be talking about all the difficulties that's coming up for them. Looking forward to this race. It is going to be tight all around. Some people have to really try hard to be in the top 3 to score well, to possibly go on to first, second, or third. And we know Marcin May, with his high scoring right now, has the chance to just bag it up, flying, get some points. You might not even need points. Depends on second and third and fourth place. And looking at Tim Madsen and the overall results of Tim, he's pretty good. He's actually in 4th right now. TKM in 4th place. Loving all the guys talking on the Twitter and Twitch and YouTube channels, Facebook channels, all chatting up for you guys. But Tim Madsen is in 4th place right now, and he has to only get 300 points, or not even 250, 150, 110 points to be able in 3rd place. But that said, everyone else wants to score and will score as well. So we have to do some mathematically magic calculations during the race to figure out what's going to be happening. And there you can see the start line beautifully. That's the top and the bottom of the start line, and everybody's going to hit that button. I did a race yesterday, the Chin Chin race, the U.S. soaring race, and maximum speed was 170 kph, or kilometers per hour. And I mastered it to fly 232 kilometers per hour to the line. That was a penalty of 5 minutes. So that got me from 4th into 9th space. That's because I flew through that 50 kilometers too fast. So guys, slow down when you go through the limit and through the gate. And what do you have to say? Look, they're going straight into the mountains.
Tim did the Chin race this afternoon, so that's a race, training race that you can do every day at around I think 16 UTC, 16 o'clock UTC. The Wargaming Championship is not enough for him, and that's correct. He's racing always every day. Apparently, from what we know, there are 24 pilots, and the race should start in about 1 minute and 10 seconds from now. So the pilots are getting ready, close to the line. Thank you to everyone in the chat already commenting and saying hi. It's your day or never to support your favorite pilots. I have another info, 33 pilots on QNAMP. So maybe on the second server there are other pilots. We will see that later on. Let's focus on the start. We will start in about 40 seconds. From now, they are all around the start line in Beran in Montenegro.
And as you can see, the seconds are counting down. People are starting to line up on the west end right here. So you can see towards the start line, there's a cumulus cloud right there. And they're all lining up to cross that line when the start gate opens, because it's a GP race, a World Championship race. The start gate opens and the time starts ticking. So, and you want to be below that line, and you want to
10
be no
seconds.
faster. 10 seconds to go, and we can
Let's
already
get
see
ready.
who's lining up.
5, 4,
4,
3,
3,
2, 1, go. The race is on for this
race 6.
Race 6. Yes, sir.
May 15th, 2024, off we go. And right from the get-go, we see some of the favorites on the line, passing through on the top as well as on the bottom. And what is their strategy? Is it going through the valley? Is it going straight up? Which way will it be? It is not the easiest task going straight to turn point one, because we have to go through the mountains.
Very interesting. Already, look at that. I see Filip Plata and Zoltan Varga going to the south here, going towards Beran city.
Right. Again, the wind's coming from the northwest. So we're looking right now straight. Bam! Look at all those. The VNE, always the VNE. That's the number. The wind's coming from the northwest. So Tim Madsen always goes to straight line. I like that guy. He's like, I'm not messing around. I'm going straight. Oh, and by the way, we're club class. We haven't even talked about it. Club class again. No handicap. And of course, everyone will be flying, as we did yesterday. We're going to fly the ASW 20, the best flight ratio, best glider in the club class. And we have Tim is going, the only one is going straight through the middle, and everyone around it going, as you can see in the distance right there, going for the thermals, as well as on the other side we saw they were going right for the thermals. The one that is right next to the start line, they were going for that. So they have, again, 3-4 different strategies, but in the end, they're all going to end up somewhere on that same bridge, I'm pretty sure, because there aren't too many. There it is, Tim the Swede, who scored yesterday so well in that race. He will not be able to make it to the top because he only has raced 3 races so far of the 6. This is his 4th race. And scoring-wise, he will not be able to make it to the podium or to Germany, in that matter of fact. But he's going to show us all how it's done. He has shown us yesterday, and he may show us again today.
Really good. So the pilots are taking the first thermal here. We have already 2 or 3 groups, and
look at that thermal. Oh, by the start line, as I said, they took the first crowd took that first thermal right there in the beginning, right from the get-go, get the right height, and then probably fly into the mountains and hopefully get that ridge lift that they're all hoping for. That's going to be, again, lots of strategies right from the get-go, northwesterly winds, and actually the first leg, if you think about it, is tailwind, all the way tailwind. There's, if you find it right, you might find one right on the high top mountains and get a nice lift there. We can see Felix Neuburger trying to do that. Everyone else is following, but they're taking a chance flying into the valley and not getting out. High risk. I think I would have done the first thing. I would have taken the thermal from the beginning to get some lift, get some height, and be able to actually maybe cross the first couple of hills rather than flying into it and now being maybe stuck in the valley. Who knows? We'll find out how this plays out. Maybe they're right there in front of us. Jeroen has a nice lift found. Tim Madsen has found a lift, it seems like, and 4 another right there.
Nice. Really nice. But as you can see, he's made the inside here, which is not really good.
This is not Tim, but this is Norbert Kiss, isn't it?
This is Norbert Kiss. Norbert Kiss. It's a good thermal already. We can see that.
Right.
Around 3 meters per second, almost 3.5. So that's really good.
And again, we have this beautiful graphics of Condor 2 giving us the opportunity to be directly in the cockpit.
Yeah.
and watching these guys doing the thing. He's flying with virtual goggles, you can see, because every movement he does, the camera follows.
Yeah.
So he has the big setup, the nice setup. The setup we all will see in Karlsruhe, where everybody will be flying the same simulator tool.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that's going to play out. But Benfest right there, right to the top right for him. KMI, everybody is right there flying, taking the height. I like this approach much better. And there you could see a little bit of the lag from Benfest coming in. He disappeared out of the window and then came right back. And that has to do with being 30, 40 pilots at the same time flying from all over the world. The rendering sometimes takes a little bit of time. And depending what kind of computer you're using to formulate this task, and running the server has a big role to do and big play to do with this kind of racing.
I
But
really like this view, like from the inside. And
right,
actually, Norbert shared on his Facebook an extract from his YouTube channel and from his live streaming from yesterday, where he was in the thermal in the big gaggle in the middle of the race, and you could see every round around. And with his VR gaggle, it's really, really nice to follow that. We are with Tim Madsen now. He's low. He's got a good thermal. So he will be able to climb at 1,600 meters, and he's got already a lot of pilots. There are a lot of pilots above
above him,
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you can see his strategy wasn't that great. It didn't play out to go fly straight. Now he has some people above them, quite a bit, as a matter of fact. I would say probably 300-400 meters. And I saw there's a view right there. There's a pilot right there in the valley, quite low, trying to scrape around. So we might see actually right from the get-go some mistakes and possibly some outlanding early on, and some stragglers coming in. Back there, we still see at the start line, people were taking that first lift. Interesting to see all the little turn points here from this point of view. They're all laid out to quite nicely. Back there, turn point one in the
good.
far distance. And this guy's coming back because he's totally struggling, flying in the valley, trying to save.
Very good thermal, in my opinion. Really good thermal. Happy to see that. So
Yeah,
good
it's a
weather
400.
condition, as you can see, much better than yesterday, right, Norman?
Oh, way better. I mean, come on. I mean, yesterday's condition, there was hardly any cumulus clouds, lots of blue thermals, and far in between and far away. So today, totally different area, mountain, clouds, hardly any cirrus clouds in the distance or above you. So that's nice. Direct sunlight coming in.
So
So
many people, so many pilots here on top, right above his head.
right. And soon we will see they're starting to head out towards turn point one.
Yeah,
And I think high and fast is the way to go today. Low
yeah.
and slow, not on the first leg because of the wind direction and how the ridge is being penetrated by the wind. Not the ideal idea. Maybe further in with some height, yes, but later on we'll see the different approaches flying on the ridge.
Yeah. I must agree with you here, Norman. I think that flying high will give you the opportunity to fly fast today, indeed, and that you will have less issues with those mountains and ridges everywhere, because no one, I think, really knows well this area compared to the flights that we've done in Italy, for example. So it's kind of new probably for most of the pilots, and it's easier when it's new like this and you don't really know the area to fly much higher, so that you don't fall in a trap or in a very confined valley where you cannot get out of here. So interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. And when you fly ridge, it's always nice to be on top of the ridge rather than trying to get yourself onto the top of the ridge by flying. It's in the Alps where we know and how the thermal works. We know how the ridges work, and they've flown it hundreds of times. They know which lift works well and which ridge works well. Here, as you said, in Montenegro, in the Black Mountains, most of them are clueless. It's not one of the most favorite maps on the Condor world, but it is nevertheless a really good map.
Yeah,
And these mountains are beautiful, and it gives a lots of options. And as we can see, we have all kinds of approaches today. and he's finding another lift. It seems like another thermal. He needs to go. So he had a really bad start considering. And there you see the line of all the birds in the background. You can see them taking off on the west side of the mountains. And I would love to see that actually if you go to the 2D view and show our viewers the different strategies that we're starting to see right from the start.
So
and here we are.
yeah, the 2D view. So the start is right above. Okay, that's next to me the reporting line, reporting point. Sorry, leading to the finish line right there. So we are really looking far on top of the screen right here, going to the west southwest here, and you can see that almost all of the pilots are racing in the same area, apart from Tim Madsen, who took another direction and who is trying to find a good thermal, I believe, to then jump onto the big mountain at 2,129 meters here.
Let's zoom out a
Baba.
little bit because we don't see the northern route, the eastern route. Sorry. If you don't mind,
Oh
zoom
yeah,
out a little bit. You see all the other pilots. There they are. So
exactly.
now we
Thank
can
you.
see the two different strategies as we can see. Tim took the center button, didn't work out. He's struggling to get up. We have the one on the south to us right here, or in the west in this case. You can see them, most of them going that way. We have Marcin May have chosen the South Pass, and on the top part we have the other guys, Ben Fest, and all the other incredible pilots that we've watched yesterday. That's the one. So there you see the difference, right? We Tim de Sweet, that's the one I wanted to see. He's leading right now the Eastern group. It's about 7, 8, 9 pilots, and then the rest of them are south. Did you say there's a second server that people are racing in right now?
No. I thought there was, but there is not, because I checked, because Timothy didn't have the exact number of pilots who were racing. So he had 24, but there are actually 34 people connected to the server. So there are more than 24. So he's actually restarting the simulator right now so that we are sure that everyone is here in the live streaming. So that's why we are following right now the 2D view and the 3D views from the other pilots, the inboard cameras from the pilots to follow while we restart everything in the background.
So we have the technical difficulties that we are going to finish and follow through and make happen. It's going to be working. Again, we're looking at Tim Madsen right here.
Yep.
And he is definitely behind. He chose a path of a not so good. And strong thermal, no worries there. 2.5 knots, not that strong. But now he's taking what he can to basically restart his whole operation for today. And
let's continue with Tim. Maybe you can switch to Norbert Kiss later on, because Norbert is with another group and Tim is trying to do his own thing. And you can see the turn point 1 right here, Colasin. And I think he's a bit late, but that's kind of his strategy as well, to try to climb as much as he can. Tim, we all know that. He wants to fly high every single task, and he often performs very well when he does that. He's in a really good position in the overall scoring, really safe pilot. So he's doing something different because he really thinks that it can pay off today, and I tend to agree with that. Look how high are the cumuluses in front of him. Like he's at I think 2,600 meters roughly. So it's probably around 3,000 meters right in front of him.
We have definitely more clouds seem to be higher than the mountains. That's nice. That gives possibly some really good ridge lift.
Yeah.
If you find the ridge as well as the cloud right above it, that might be a bingo moment. Bingo. You can see we have 3 passes right in front of us. It's a really good view. Tim is now following the big lead, which is led by Marcin May. And the other group is actually now coming together. If you look at Tim de Sweet, the W22 from the distance, he's starting to weave over to the left So these two groups are actually coming together, which I can see on the 2D view. Um,
Yeah, they will merge probably next close to the turn point one.
yeah. No,
Norman,
no,
what
no,
you
no, no.
think?
I don't think it's close to turn point one yet.
No, no,
They're
no.
not
But
there.
I think slightly before because they are not there yet. But maybe a few kilometers before.
No, they're
Something
starting to
like that.
merge as we speak in
Okay,
the 2D view, and you
let's
can
have a
see
look.
it right there. And Tim the Sweet is leading. Oh, it is
Oh,
turn point one
it
already.
is turning turn point one
Wow.
actually, Jim McLetoft, and he's turning it at whiskey 22. Let me have a look at 1,600 meters. So it's not really high. We have behind him Ben Fest, who will turn in second position. Ben is at 1,600 meters as well. Hubert de Lantaine 1,650 meters. So actually, Hubert may go second before Benfest. Then we have Mikko Nurminen, Norbert Kist, and KMI. Maybe we can jump onto Norbert Kist 2D view quickly, but the group who took the track on the north had a better start than the group in the southern track. So Norbert is turning the turn point one right now, as you can see, and you can see Jim in whiskey 22 right in front of you. Far ahead. Very interesting. Some will go back to the high mountains to take a good lift, and others will fly straight ahead to another thermal. Let's see this direction. So it's slightly to the I think it's 25 degrees off track what Norbert is doing right now. I see Alpha Lima 1 who is joining the turn point 1 above him. Andre from Ukraine. Bravo Yankee 3. Ian Benezovsky from Argentina. Jeroen Nienen, JJJ is coming in. Zbisek. I see a
But they're
John
all about
Foster.
800 meters higher than them, so
Yeah,
they have way more height,
yeah,
so they can scream now to turn point one and fly through the mountains. Where those boys right here that are leading the pack are at 1,500 meters, and they looking
yeah.
at these beautiful clouds right there on the ridge, but they're on the leeward side. It looks like they're on the wrong side of the wind. This again, flying in the mountain skies, it is so misleading. You think you're on the right side of the ridge and the wind's coming, happen to be on the windward side and you're on the leeward side. You have nothing but sink, but the cloud looks so good right there. You need to be above it to be able to get it. You need to be above the ridge. So, and if you look at them, they're all scraping right here, close to the mountain, close to the trees, to be able to find that lift. And I hope this will play out for them. Um, Yep. Take
Nice
another look at
clouds.
that cloud. Yeah, beautiful cloud. If it is on the
Would
side,
love
if
to
you
be
get
there.
it, if you get it,
Look,
because the
looks like
wind's
they got
coming
them.
from the other side. You're in the leeward of the mountain.
Yeah, they may be lucky with this one. Look at that, because it
Yep.
seems like a strong and stable one right now. So very, very interesting.
We'll find out how this goes. There we are, back in
Whoa!
this. Yes, yes. You see all the second group coming from behind, turning at turn point one, and we're looking at the first group who's been through that about a minute and a half ago, but now they have to get some air, some hot air, some gas stations. I call this gas stations, folks. So these
Yeah,
cumulus clouds are gas stations that fills you up with hot air, energy, and you can see the rest of the guys already coming in. Alpha Lima 1 coming through with some good height, trying to join that thermal. And it doesn't look like it's a strong thermal, is it? I mean, because Felix Neuburger only, he's not going up, he's not going down. 1.6. That doesn't make any sense. So something ain't right with the graphic there. But and the
nice.
group that came to turn point one, the second group, they're taking a different path, as you can see. They're definitely
Yeah.
flying a different mountain. They're flying a different ridge. They're flying a total different path. Very interesting to see the choices that are being made. Beautiful. There you can see the wind drift, the 14 kilometer per hour wind drift, pushing them to the west from the northeast. beautiful to see.
So don't look at the data on bottom left because we're following Norbert Kiss, and that's the previous data from Felix Neuberger. But as you can see, it's frozen, so it's not accurate as we speak. So just look at that, and they will try to remove
Did you just see
the
that? They flew
data.
to another thermal. They recognized there's another thermal.
Yeah,
They flew out of them and they go to the next one. And over there, you can see that is incredible. We have all these strategies coming in, all different strategies. Wonderful to see from this view. On to the right is the leading group. What? So interesting.
yes.
Yeah, Tim the Swede has chosen to go to the right side, where Benfest and crew has gone to the left side. So Tim the Swede has joined the second group and seems to be doing a good job because he's up. It's a very strong thermal, as you can see. The group in front of us is doing that. It's just incredible to see these different strategies.
I think they are on track to go to the next turn point. I will ask to confirm. Well, I will check the 2D view. Yes, they are on track, and I see Jan Benezowski, Bravo Yankee 3, kind of leading this group right now.
And Uwe Melzer also in that group that scored fourth yesterday, really strong, and got 840 points. And he is right now in eighth place overall and 2,415 points. So he's one of those candidates that really wants to score well today to be able to be able to go to Germany to the finals. I mean, he is in Germany. For him, it's just a train ride, pretty sure. But still, nevertheless, it's always good to be a world champion, no matter which way you are or where you come from. And Jerome JJJ is getting some heavy votes from the stream of our streamers. It's looking really good, guys. Strong racing. And he's going straight to turn point 2.
Yeah, we can see it. Turn point 2. Straight ahead. I think it's gonna be a fast race today. Marcin May, the leader, is just behind, as you can see.
Yeah, and Marcin May wants to score, he is the leader of the race. If he gets 0 points, he can be passed by all of them. He still could get kicked out. Tough. Actually, no, if you look at the scoring, nobody, I mean, I think he's already qualifying. Marcin May is already qualifying.
I think, yeah, most probably.
No. If you do the math, Marcin May have 3,907 points.
Yeah.
And fourth place has 2,841 points, which is Tim Madsen. So if he gets 0 points, he still has more than the fourth place. So meaning he's still in third. So Marcin May is already qualified. We know that. But Jeronen, who is in second, wants to qualify. Davis Chapin. Where is Davis? Have we seen him somewhere? I didn't see him anywhere.
We're gonna have a look.
We have to have another look. I think Davis is somewhere. DC1 needs to be somewhere on that race. Yeah. There he is. And he's looking pretty good right now. He has a height of 1,950 meters. And following that group, he actually has a bit more height than the guys in front of him. And these ridges right now may help him to carry. They're really odd. And up there, one Juliet Golf is this John Foster, who got disqualified from yesterday's race, scored 0 after being first over the line. And here he is proving himself again to be a very, very, very strong competitor and super high, flying a very nice race once again. He is a great pilot, known as, and sometimes we have to just learn from the mistakes that people make or from the risks that people take. Sometimes we have to intervene and say, hey, guys, in the real world, they ain't acceptable. And we're pretending to be in the real world through the virtual world, and we have to follow rules and safety as well. And in flying, in no matter what flying we do, safety is number 1. And number 2 is safety again, I would say.
Correct.
And if you don't play safe, you harm other people. And this is what we like to teach and educate in this World Series. Safety is key, virtual or not. Yes, we can reset here. That's okay. But in real life, we can't do that. Not really. And so this is why we do what we do.
Yep.
Interesting pass off BY3. I don't know what he's doing there. Bravo Yankee 3 is flying completely like tilt
Like going
off
to
to
turn
the
point
left.
three.
Right. It's kind of odd.
I don't know. I don't know. We will see.
Can
Turning
somebody
back.
knock on his canopy? Say, hey, think of look. I said, tap on your canopy, make a right turn, and he is doing it. So, swell, well. And if you look right here on the bottom left, you can see Frank Schwertfeger, who's also in a very strong position to be able to qualify for the World Championship. Frank Schwert is in sixth place overall with 2,740 points, and he's leading the pack right there by height almost. He's 2,000 feet above. Ben Fest is the highest right now, is 2,500 meters. So there is a lot happening here. If you can see Tim Mutson just coming into the screen on the top there, and he's a bit behind, even though he has some good height with 2,400 feet, so you might be able to catch up a little bit, but he had a really bad start.
Yeah, it took over decisions, and we'll see if it pays off. But when you look at Benfest altitude right now at 2,600 meters, with really ahead of the game right now, you bet that it might be difficult for Tim Madsen for the rest of the race, unless they fall in a hole and they get trapped somewhere in the valley later on. So that's probably the game for Tim, just trying to stay high now and to avoid any difficult situation that may arise later on. So that's Jan Benezovsky, Bravo Yankee 3. You wanted to have a look at what he was doing. You can see turn point 2 in the background.
He's from Argentina, by the way. His name is Ian, and he's an Argentinian flyer. He's used to ridge flying because in the Argentinian mountains, lots of ridge flying on that map. And but he looks like he's in a valley. He needs to get out of there somehow. So doesn't look too good. He took a weird angle to the race, flying away from the turn point 2. And maybe he's going to fly right now straight to the mountain and then get that ridge lift. Hopefully that will work out for him. And what is the average speed is the question. Yeah, that's another screen that we can offer to you guys. And here we can see what he's doing right now. So there is Sean Churchill.
The average speed is roughly 110 kph for the top 15.
Ooh, so look at this gaggle.
That's the top 15 that you see. They are flying at 110 kph so far.
That is watching from Angola.
Good evening. Welcome, man.
Super nice. And look at this gaggle. I mean, like we see, again, Tim de Sweet leading it, who led the race all the way. Jerome Jonan is coming in. Ben Fest right there, number 93. 93. Who is 93? Gosh, sometimes I wish I had a computer. Oh, it's Felix Neuburger, the German, of course. Yeah. Another German out of the right top 4. And it's a beautiful view of this thermal out of nowhere in the mountains, all going up, trying to catch the best lift. So the ridge is not flying as good as we can see. Average. Somebody wants to see average speed. I know we have a map for that. We have that. That's where we are right now. Oops. And they're getting close to the base of the cloud. And as we can see, the clouds are way higher than the mountains. So this is why these lifts are really strong right now. And that gives them opportunity to go above and beyond and then zoom over the mountains to turn point 2. Really nice. And here's some silence. Meh.
Very good. That's a very good lift. Maybe later on we can have a close-up view from a thermal like this, and we see that they just left this one, the group that is flying a little bit behind. I see Sandor in Lima Sierra, Norbert Kiss. We were with Zoltan Varga. Mialik knows KMI. Hubert de Lantagne is there on the left. Mikko Nurminen on the right. And they are quite high to go to the turn point 2 right now. And you can see that the mountains are getting higher and higher right now. And it's going to be challenging challenging to go to turn point 2 and then turn point 3 in club class. Because in 18-meter class, it would be much easier for them. They know that.
And again, tight turns here in the gaggle.
Yeah.
This is John Foster
Yeah.
we're looking at.
Well done.
Well done. Back in the lead, or with the leaders, flying very strong, very secure right there. Starting to see a little bit of the clouds coming in, so they're reaching the top of the, or the bottom of the cloud base. And Frank Schwelfiger right there, 0.9, speeding up, getting out of it. Don't want to take the risk of flying into the clouds and getting penalty points for that. So they speed up and off they go. And here we can see, closely followed by the Neuberger. The Germans always seem to like to fly together. We can see that lovely in the overall scoring, or in the yesterday's scoring. We had 5 Germans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Germans in the top, 4 Germans in the top 10, or top 9 as a matter of fact. And they seem to know how to do it. They're flying together. I know team flying is not what we're supposed to do in the World Championship. I think we are not supposed to team fly. Can control
you can.
this.
Yeah. In World Championship, you often have 2 to 3 pilots per country, and actually, team flying is one of the main things in regular World Championship, which is not the case at all in virtual sailplane Grand Prix style of racing. And what we are doing now is a World Championship, but with with sailplane Grand Prix rules, more or less. So I know that they can they can do team flying for sure, and they probably do it with their TeamSpeak or Discord channels and so on. And there is really nothing against it for those events.
Right. There was a discussion that was going on. Somebody saying, "Hey, can I fly in advance? Don't score. Just fly in advance and show some of the thermals." And it's like, why would you do that? Why would you? That's not how team fly works. Team fly works through communication, not by spotting thermals. And then who do you know if that is a good thermal or not? And if you mess up once, you're giving away your advantage, or you're giving away your flight, and all of a sudden you're behind. That's not working either. So team play is by communication. That's it. Not by running somebody's wing off, or faking something, or cheating in some way or another. Communication is not cheating. You can communicate, period.
Lovely landscape, isn't it?
Dig it. Yeah, I mean, this
it
is
looks
great
really
mountains.
good.
I mean, wow. Very pretty. I love these ridges. I'm pretty sure, flying there would be what a beautiful opportunity to fly in these mountains in this country. Wow. Especially with weather like this, where you have these cumulus clouds just giving you anything you need, looking through the valley right there. Gotta love me some flying.
With Philippe Plata, the French pilot, and you see the other group on the left.
Love his design too. Beautiful design.
Yeah.
Super
really
colors. Nice. Dig me one of those. I wouldn't mind an ASW20. What do you think?
Yeah.
Flown an ASW20?
No, never this one. But it's a really, really good glider. Honestly, it's a really good one. Yeah.
That's simple.
Because it was not a glider we were used to see in club class before, but with the new handicap system, I think 5 years ago, it came back in the lead because it had a very big advantage compared to other gliders. So that's why now a lot of pilots are using the SW20, and it's often this glider that wins in club class right now with the handicap. So I've never had the chance to fly it because before it was not a good glider to select for a competition, basically. But nowadays, that would be a top one for sure.
Next to the LS8, I would say, or LS6, some really good competition flyers as well.
Yeah, kind of those generations, even though it's not as good as LS6 stuff, but yeah.
Well, the LS6 has the flaps. That's the advantage of the LS6. Here we go. Uwe Melzer, super strong thermal. Nice in-flying with DG1, with David Chapins. John Foster again. Ah, and JDEC says, in my
Yeah.
local competition, the ASW20 is always the winner. Well, you haven't seen a label show up lately. How about that one? I show up in your competition and see what happens. Ha!
And while we speak, the data is back and reliable, and you have the average speed on your left with Jeroen with 118 kph leading the race so far.
Wow.
This position of CG interacts with the gliding performances, except maneuverability.
The center of gravity, meaning the CG hook,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, for
No, it
sure.
doesn't, because it's hidden. Usually, it's just right there's a little tiny hole, and it's usually almost covered. So I don't think it has really big influence of the glide effects.
Well, the if your CG is more forward, then you will slide through the air more efficiently and lose less energy. So if you fly at 170 kph with a forward CG, you will basically have more performances than flying with the exact same glider, same weight, with a CG that is uh, far behind, basically. That's kind of how it works. And then you have the maneuverability vs stability of the aircraft.
Right.
Yeah.
Here is this beautiful little example of Zoltan Varga in his ASW20 flying the Ridge right now. And the Ridge is not really carrying too well. It's just giving a little bit less sink, I would say. Um, and just in certain occasions, you'll get a little bit extra lift. So
Oh.
the Ridge is not flying, not as one would hope. As Tim Mutson earlier was hoping that he would get a better lift in the mountains. But they didn't know where they're going to fly. They might have thought they're flying in the high mountains of Zagreb, but we're just coming into the higher mountains. If you can see in the distance, we see some high mountains starting to pop in, and we're getting higher and higher in these turn points. You may have found the lift right here. Now, Benfest, really high, 2,400 meters, average of 5 knots, 4 to 5 knots, or meters per second, sorry. And again, we know all the strategies haven't played out to a clear favorite yet. We haven't seen that yet. We'll get to this later in the race and where we discover what really worked out. In the last few races that we've been watching throughout the entire Pro Championship is that it was never really clear until the end who really wins, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So it makes it interesting to watch till the end and find out who wins. And David Redman, the Australian, who always seems to be popping up with his quality soaring, he right now is in the overall in 9th and still has a chance of being qualifying for the Worlds, but he has to speed up a little bit. He's following Sean Churchill, who is in 12th overall, with 2,200 points. Here we go. Parapena Angola. What is he saying? In a paragliding, a paramotor put love all types of flying. Congratulations, because everyone only makes comments like that for the ball, and we are rarely pay attention. For the ball, you mean like a gaggle? Ha, thank you. You create more emotions with the comments. Grateful. You are welcome. Absolutely. We love this kind of stuff, and the reason why we sit here, we'd like to create enthusiastic flying, viewing the possibilities of flying in the world through the virtual world, and also making soaring a bit more interesting. In the past, before the electronics, we weren't able to follow anybody. You kind of like, you saw them in the air, but you had no idea who it was, where they were, what kind of task they're flying. And nowadays, with all these electronics coming in, with WeGlide, with OGNs, FLAM technology, etc., now we're getting more and more into the world where you, the viewer, is able to actually see what happens. And this what makes the sport, gives them a bit more reality to the people that are sitting in the couch, sitting in the chair at home and saying, man, I always wanted to fly. And now you can see how it happens. The virtual world makes it even more spectacular. I mean, it would be great if every glider had a little satellite camera on their thing and we could follow them. But that's maybe in the future when Elon Musk's technology is available for every glider, and everybody has a little GoPro camera in there, and we just tune into the race and see what really happens in the real world. But Condor offers us this opportunity right here. And Jim the Sweet, once again, Whiskey 2022, showing us how it's done and giving us this beautiful, look at this incredible mountain, the shape and forms of it.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Wow.
Exactly, man. I'm really loving the view right now. I'm like speechless looking
Yeah.
at this, and you
But
can.
look at the turn point. You have to be high and above because that turn point is in a valley.
Yeah.
You cannot get to it until you above the mountains, fly through the turn points, and get the heck out of there, because otherwise you might have to fly a long way out of there. Yes, and it's definitely an amazing flight by Jim the Sweet. I wish he would be higher scored, but I guess the opportunities wasn't given for him to fly previous races. That's why he's behind. Incredible. So, hey, make a left to get to that turn point. You see how the mountains are just surrounding this turn point. So you definitely don't want to scrape the mountain to get into this valley because you won't be able to get out.
Awesome.
Looks like he has found a nice lift. Wow. Super strong lift. That's why he flew towards the cloud.
Yeah.
Take that extra momentum. Now fly through the gate number 2. Bingo! Jim the Swede leading the race.
Well done,
really
Jim.
good height as well. There's the cloud that he just took. That fresh cloud building.
Followed by Zbisek Tkos, a Polish pilot, crossing turn point 2 right now. Let's have a close-up on the guys. I see Felix Neuberger in 93, turning the turn point now, followed by Oscar Niner, Frank Schwetzfecker, 2 Mike Charlie, Marco from the USA, Sierra 19 Sean Churchill, Uwe Meltzer behind, Davis Chapin sparring with John Foster. I see
HG1 versus Ryan Wood.
Yeah.
All the top North Americans are flying right there. It's David Redman, the Australian right behind it, and Jerome Jeronin, who is also in second place right now, but he has to go into scoring points because with his overall score point of 3,376, he has about 8 people that could pass him. If he doesn't score, second and third place is really what they risk right now. First place, Marcin May, he will make it first or second, that's for sure, or third, no problem. But second and third place still have to fight for their position on the podium for the finishing last. We're now halfway through this race at turn point 2 already, and the second and third legs will be third and fourth legs will be a little shorter. But again, look at that. You have to be able to get out of these mountains because that turn point is laid in the middle of the valley. And if you're too low, you'll be looking at, how do I get out of here? And my personal experience flying Condor Mountains, it's not my favorite. I'm always very suspect. And John Foster saying, you know what? I'm just going to squeeze through that little hole right there, do a bullet shot, and bam. I love these mountains. I mean, they're so rugged and ragged. Wow. Montenegro, who knew? And be able to see it from the bird's eye view as we are. Incredible stuff. And he's flying right through it. Bam. Josh Shallow-Wers writes, might be the nice to know in the Netherlands is a way, as we speak, the Dutch championship ongoing real gliding, and they were all watching yesterday to the Pro Championship in a huge screen. AOT to the support to SOI. Okay. Wow, that is great.
Exactly.
Wow, we're getting some recognition here, and the real people are watching us, which is great. I was yesterday in a Discord chat and was flying the US Soaring, and somebody said, "Hey, is this the commentator from the championship?" And it's like, oh, I guess they're recognizing my voice. I'm doing something right. It's like, yep. So this is nice. I mean, obviously, people are starting to recognize Antoine, you and I, and of course, all the other people in the background or in the foreground who have done the commentating here on the virtual gliding. Incredible stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate that, because every like, every subscribe, every bell that you hang, whatever it is, you're getting famous, guys. Yeah. Okay. That when we have 1 million views or 100,000 views, I'm taking that for sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, and for that, I have to say, you guys have to make some noise in the YouTube channels or wherever you are. Like, subscribe, hit that button, chat it up, right in the comment box, not just in the chat box, but also comment on the views that you had, the experience that you're having, how you like it, what do you do, make your bet. Tell us how you played. Look at that beautiful flight along that ridge right here. He's trying to get above it, but there's no lift, just lightly sink. Ooh, Felix Neuberger, the German, now going to make a right turn, trying to get more lift. And down there, you see Whiskey 22, the Tim the Sweet. Yeah, Jim the Sweet, he's like a little lower. This is the creme de la creme of soaring in the mountains, for sure. Wow. Nice speed, 175K per minute. And here are the two getting together, trying to hope to get the best lift or less sink through these mountains. We're going downhill from here to turn point 3. So we were in the highest part of the mountains, and now we're just going downhill. And bam, there's a little lift. Can we have a view of the top 10 to beat? That's a good question. Can we show the scoreboard, the overall scoreboard on Condor Club? I hope you have a screen ready for that so we can see where we are. Here's the top 10 or top 15 that can still score to be able to, top 15 actually, so forth. Yeah, they are able to win by numbers. But we say Marcin May, the Poland, he is qualified already for this World Championship.
Yeah.
The rest is questionable, especially JJJ, DC1, VC6, 09, KMI, Uwe, and Red, Benfest, and Felix Neuberger. These are the top 11 where I would say they have a chance to be able to make it. If that gives you any indication. Uwe Melzer, as you can see on the left screen, he's taken another route. He's like, these mountains do not give me what I really want. He is going to fly directly. Yes. Julien Litard says, thank you for the explanation and for sharing the enthusiasm. Great landscape. Appreciate it. Thank you. Keep on chatting it up. I really appreciate it. And share this video. Share it with your people that, Grandma, take a look what I'm doing. I don't know. That might work. That might help.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Right, you're telling your grandma? Okay. What's your grandma's name?
No. But I'm sharing actually what we're doing now, so that we have people joining us for the arrival right now.
Well, he has a prediction. JDX says, I think that JJJ is going to win today.
Oh.
Well, that's a mouthful. That's a possibility. He is in a really good position. And Jeroen wants to win because he's in second place of overall. And right there in front of him is David Chapman, who is in third place. He wants to be also in the top of this. This is going to be very, very close. John Foster again, right there. David Redman, right there. Tim the Sweet, right there. They are all very good pilots. They have proven themselves to be strong. And the chances are we see 5 of those pilots have a chance to go onto the podium.
Nice.
What do you do? What do you do?
The song is simply Zbisek Coach. Sorry. Zbisek Coach.
That's a tough one to say out loud, guys. Gotta give you that.
Sir. Thank you for the explanation.
Yeah, he is close to get it. Zbisek is in 18th place, so I don't think he would be able to make it to the. No, he cannot make it to the top by numbers.
No, but he can win the day.
Yes, he can win today, but it doesn't qualify him, does it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't qualify him. But the higher you are, the better your diploma is going to be, because they're all gonna get a diploma from FAI gliding after this Pro Championship event for sure.
I think they fly too risky, too low. Let's see like a crime movie. Dun, 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 dun. And we have holy cows again. Holy moly. Flying high, flying to crime. That's how that goes, guys. Again, you can see in the distance we have turn point 3, right?
Yeah.
And we can see the mountains become green again. The mountains become flatter again. So we're getting out of the high mountains of Montenegro. And there's a better view. We were in the highest mountains, in the highest parts of the race. And now we're going back to flatland. So we're going downwind.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're flying against the wind now.
No, it's
coming
from
right
northwest. So it's going from the left. It was from 355 or 3.
Right. Actually, the ridges should carry you nicely.
Yeah.
And but everybody's flying their own thing right here. We can see the height. Uwe Melzer is leading that pack, but Uwe also is. If you look at the numbers, he is 2,000 meters high, where other people are much higher, but they haven't reached turn point 3 yet, turn point 2 yet. So we'll take them out of there, which is SXS and LA Alpha Lima 1. They have not passed turn point 2 yet. So they're far behind, high in lift, but that's it.
Yep.
Everyone who has passed turn point 2 is below 2,000 feet, it's sure it looks, or close to it, and trying to go find a nice cloud on its path to turn point 3 with the winds coming from the left side. And again, these pathways are not as defined as we know them out of the Alps. People know which routes to take. They know which one works. They probably have never flown here in Montenegro, and they have no idea how well these mountains carry them along. And if you can see, there was a long stretch of no clouds at all. Hence, they're all going downhill. And now we're coming back into the area where cumulus clouds are popping up and hopefully give them what they're looking for. Fresh gas, hot air going up, some beautiful warm air rising. And here we are. There it is. They're in the thermals. Frank Schwertfeger, Neuberger, Redman, and Sipsek trucks right there. Love this angle of camera view with the sunshine in our faces. Gonna love it. By the way, I happened to find a new camera position for my camera, and I noticed that I'm no longer looking up like I used to do, and all the other like, I'm flying. I was like, no, I'm looking actually at the camera, being able to see what you guys see. Well, look at that. That is an incredible view right there. It looks like a duck. Super duper. The duck flying at you. An ASW 20. He chose to leave the thermal and continue on, where Mr. Jim the Swede decided not to take the thermal, flying the ridge with no lift. And is there a cloud inside anywhere near, or is he just going to scrape around the mountains? There is a cloud, but it doesn't give him what he wants. Uh-oh. Now he's in trouble.
There is a prediction. There is a poll on Twitch. So if you're following us on Twitch, you can go in the comment section and vote for your winner of the day. The bets are open for you guys. I will try to do that too.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Let me think about it. I'm gonna check again the 2D view, and I'm gonna bet with you. I think the pilots from the USA are flying really well today, with John Foster, with Davis, Chapins. Uwe Melzer is in a good position. Ryan Wood as well.
So anyway, you only have 4 minutes to post your prediction. Yeah. So do your poll. Go ahead. Choose who you think is going to win. And this diagram right here gives you a really, really nice way to look at it. You have the height. You have the placing. And if I look at that PLT, interesting. He's doing what I would have done. He's flying around the blue line. and he has still 2,100 feet, and there's some ridges in his path as well that might be able to support him. So he right now is the closest to the line,
Yeah.
or the direct path. Let's see how this plays out. I already posted my prediction, so let's see who comes up.
I'm gonna go with Oscar Niner von Schwetzfeger.
Oh, really nice. That's a good one. I went for DC Chapman. That's my goal.
Yeah.
But this is the commentator curse. We should not do this. We should wait until the end.
I know. It's bad. It's bad. But you can vote, guys. In the comment sections here on Twitch only. So you need to go on the Twitch channel to do that. To place your bets. Let's go the 2D view and the 3D view with Philippe pulling up, trying to find a good thermal to climb.
He found something or not.
He will continue with the ridge. I think he's just doing some S like this. There's a nice cumulus cloud on top of him, probably. You can see the shadow on the ground.
See he's in the shade. So somewhere there, I think he passed it. There was a chance and he passed it. So, and sometimes you have to fly, track back, go backwards, because Chibek for the Shibachek for the winner. Possible, right. But here it is. He finds some lift on the ridge that finally carrying, going up nicely with about 3 knots. That's a beautiful lift on this mountain. And speed slowing down, of course, so you have long time. 93 for the win. Yeah, the Germans are voting for themselves. Thank you, Tobias. Appreciate that. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. And go, J. Julien Littard saying this. Ooh, Oy. David. Jim the Swede. He is definitely scraping the treats.
Jim doing Swedish stuff.
He is stuck. He did not take that cloud. He didn't get it. He thought he's going to fly the ridge. He's going to land any second now. And he turned off the trees, it seems. Otherwise, he would have already landed in it. There is an option in Condor where you can remove the landscape like trees. Yeah. And he has turned it off. So he can land just nicely right here in all those valley trees. Unless he finds a nice little surprising lift, maybe a little ridge support. And he couldn't do this if he had turned it off. I mean, right there, the lift is going to get better because he's going to fly right onto that ridge. He might be able to fly out of it. But you can see on the left, boy, you see all the great thermals. What does that mean? Alpha Lima 1 is on 3,600. Okay. Oh, I mean on height, yeah?
I think so. That's what I'm trying to check. Let me check.
Alpha Lima is 4,000 meters up. Yes, he is very, very high.
But he's at the back of the race right now. He's the last pilot, and he still needs to turn the turn point 2. So that's why. But he's really high. Oh, he's taking the wave actually. So there is some wave. There are some waves. Let's say.
If he does, he has.
Weak. It's weak.
Is he? Does he? Did he? He has not flown to the gate though.
How do you know that?
If you look at his 2D view, he has not taken. He has not. He's been flying around that. If you zoom in on him,
are you sure? Because here the distance flown is 75.2 kilometers for Andre. So I assume he has turned it, but
no, he has not. He is flying back and forth in the wave as we're tweaking about it. That's why he's so high. But he has not taken the actual turn on turn point 2.
Oh yeah, on turn point 2. I thought you were talking about the start line. Sorry. So yeah, I agree. Not on turn point 2.
So he has a lot of height right now, which is great, but he needs to start booking it to catch up with these guys because these guys are in 2,500 meters. And I don't know how much time you can spend trying to find. It's not a strong wave today, but definitely better than Tim the Sweet.
Yeah,
he's on the opposite end.
High.
Tim the Sweet is very, very low, and that's a toughie.
Yeah.
Here we have Norbert Kiss, who is overall ranking right now. I think it's a 9th, as we said. And Norbert Kiss actually is in 16th. I'm sorry, the Hungarian. And he won't be able to make to the world champion podium today. But he definitely can show. But look at the people in front of him. Clearly to see who is leading that race. And DC1 has a nice height right there. Jerome has a nice height. Benfest is also right there in the mix. Yeah. This is it. You can see it. This is what it looks like from here.
Yeah. Showing it. Can we have some news from Philippe Latta, who was on the ridge trying something completely different, please? Oh, so he's struggling a bit. No,
he's 2,000 feet. He's flown through the mountains. Yeah. He is out of it. He has definitely gone. He has chosen the shortest path.
Okay.
Without any detour.
Can you show the way to the next turn point, please? That's turn point 3, right? Yeah. So he's stuck a little bit so far.
I take it all back. He's going to fly around it, possibly, just to get out of the mountain, because he couldn't find it. So that's the long way around.
Oof, tough.
On the leeward side, that's going to be tough. It was a nice strategy.
Yeah, you need to chosen that. Yeah, you need to take big options like this from time to time.
Right. And especially if there's a thermal, you're shown to take it. Okay. Benfest is trying to catch up with the crowd up front. He is behind a couple of kilometers compared to Uwe and DC1 and Jerome and Norbert.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ben. Well done, Ben.
Yeah.
More than 60 meters is really good. Really good.
And Benfest is an overall 10th spot right now with 2,318 points. He had the chance to get onto the podium for the overall, but being behind as he is, that chance has become slimmer and slimmer by the minute now. And David Chapins, who is right now on the qualifying spot. How many kilometers to the arrival? Antoine, do your math. Get your calculator out.
60 kilometers. It's 178 kilometers to go to the finish line. So 60 kilometers for Davis Chapins here, but probably 50 kilometers for the guys in front. But you must understand that there are still some mountains on the way to on the way back home. I mean, so they will need to stay high to be able to reach the reporting point, I think.
Well, there is one spot, right? Between turn point 3 and turn point 4, there's one mountain that you have to cross.
Yeah.
Minimum altitude is 30 meters. There is a mountain you have to cross. So you're able to fly through the valley, but you have to find the lift to be able to cross it. Kind of like the same thing as turn point 2 that was sitting in a valley. So you have to climb that mountain before you cross it. And if you do, then sooner or later you will be on a final glide, considering you're able to cross that spot. Ooh, what are you doing? You're showing off? Is that it? Thank you. Yay. He's given it a bit of a wave. Much appreciated. So the poll is over and the results are in.
I didn't have a look at that.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the results.
Didn't check. Winner. So with 82%, so 9 people think that Davis Chapins DC1 will win, and 1 people believe that Oscar Niner von Schwetzweger will win. That's me, and 1 guy believes that Whiskey 22 will win. But the majority believes that Tango Charlie 1 will win. So we will see. But I like what Frank Schwetzweger is doing right in front of us. He's actually leading, so I'm happy so far about my bet.
He's doing really good. You can see there's
Yeah.
obviously some massive lift going on that he has picked and chosen and supporting. He is higher than everyone else. He's ahead of everyone else. And he's looking right at turn point 3, which
Yep.
is right out the mountain, right in the flatlands of Zagreb. And he's flying directly towards it. This is an interesting lift that they found, kind of like an energy line.
Yeah. Looks like
Super
good.
nice. Yeah. Here are the top leaders right now. They are leading, flying into turn point 3. The 3 Germans
Yeah.
and the
One
Polish,
Polish.
right?
Spisek.
Right. Zizek. And
Coach.
this year we have actually the junior world championship or junior races in the world championship in Poland.
Yeah.
And actually one of our club members out of Tampa Bay Soaring Society that I'm a member of is actually going to fly in that world championship for juniors in Poland this
Nice.
year. Yeah. His
Awesome.
name is Stefan Talman.
Okay.
And he's a young kid. He just graduated high school and 18 years old. This kid is incredible.
Awesome.
You know, he became a pilot, of course, with 16, a private pilot. He has already his motor license for flying motor planes. He got the license, signed up, or is actually a tow pilot. So he's a tow pilot. He has also the add-on as a CFGI. He has a certified flight instructor, CFIG. So, and he's helping all the young guns that are coming into our club, helping them to become better pilots. And he's on the board of the SSA for the youth. And here we go, Uwe Melzer.
Joining turn point 3 today on race 6, the last race of the Pro Championship. Uwe Melzer from Germany is the first one to cross it at 2,550 meters. Well done, Uwe. Right behind him is Franz Schwetzfeger. Above
A little higher.
him, a little higher indeed. Zbisset Koch, 2,600 meters, and Felix Neuberger, the top 4 so far of this race. Well done. Davis Chapins just behind, 2,500 meters. Really good. Really good.
Yeah, nice
good
height,
leaders.
good height, all turning in less than 15 seconds. They all went around it. These are the leaders, the top 5 flyers. You just saw them doing the thing. Jerome is the last one of the 5, of the 6. So these are the top flyers that are now on their way to turn point 4. And remember, they have to get above that mountain. It looks like it's all easy peasy from here, but there's one little trick. There's a mountain in the way. They have to get above it. So they have to find one more lift, and now we have like little torpedo rockets flying at you.
Yeah.
Because they're coming from where they come from. And they're probably going to fly back to that spot that was kind of like giving them some good lift. And they might find that lift, take that extra juice, and fly then home towards turn point 4. Wow.
Yeah. So distance between turn point 3 that they just passed to turn point 4, which is Biran south. The reporting point is 38.6 kilometers away, and then they have 6.5 kilometers to go from the reporting point to the finish line, with a minimum safety altitude of 730 meters QNH. So they are approaching the final glide with a total of 178 kilometers for this race, and we are 137 so far for Davis Chapin. So that's quite good. Maybe we can have a view back on the field, maybe on 51, to see who's. Yeah, that's good as well, to see who is turning right now, who's doing what. I see Ben Fest turning, Sean Churchill CR19. Mikko Nurmenen and David Redman just passed the point. Jan Benezowski and Ryan Wood are heading towards the turn point 3 right now. That's really good. François Seifert with Zoltan Varga at the back, just behind the Cumulus that we have in front of us in the middle of the screen. And got news from JJJ Jorun Yenen, who said that his hat crashed like unbelievable, like his PC has broken down and is not flying anymore in this race.
No way.
So,
what?
Yeah.
Just now?
Yeah, just now. So, well, I'm sorry for him, obviously, and I
That is
hope.
0 points for him.
Yeah,
And he
yeah,
was
yeah.
in second overall with 3,376 points.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah, and Jeroen was playing really well as well on this task.
he was in the top 6 right there, and it just crashed because we just saw him pass over.
Yeah.
That means, due
And
to technical.
where is Whiskey 22?
Yeah, I'm looking for that too. I think he outlanded,
Oh
I
yeah, he
believe.
outlanded because I see that he has scored his flight already on the on Condor.club, the scoring system. So I was like, okay, means that he's not there anymore. So yeah, he outlanded. We confirm.
That's a bugger.
Yeah.
All around, this is a bugger. I mean, wow. Due to technical difficulties. Well, this is what happens in real soaring too. Sometimes you have difficulties. Right. Oh my God, that is right.
Let's get
Two of
back.
the best.
Yeah.
Let's focus on what's possible. So we know definitely for sure Marcin May will qualify. There's no more question about it. We know
Yeah.
that. Now the question is Davis Chapman, Tim Madsen. How's Tim doing? He was behind. Has he caught up a little bit?
So actually,
And Zoltan.
Zoltan Varga is in a really good position so far.
Zoltan has a really good chance. The Hungarian pilot.
A young pilot. Oh, and Tim Madsen is not so far, 3,200
And he's
meters.
high. He's very
It's
high.
really high. Wow. You see, that's really slight technique. This guy is crazy, man. Always flying super high like this and just expecting the worst from the people in front of him to try to catch them up at some point. It's absolutely crazy what he's doing. You can go on his inside view maybe for a sec or later on when he merges with the group, because it's actually absolutely crazy. Look, he's watching looking at them like, what are they doing? They are so low compared to me, and he's just gonna reach the 1.3 at almost 3,000 meters. It's crazy. He's flying super well. Marcin May is really high in front of him as well. Same altitude, 2 kilometers ahead. So those guys are in a good position as well.
Yeah, you got to consider if you're coming in 10th or less. I mean, in 10th place, you only get 100 points, if that. And so you really have to be in the top 10 to be able to score any points. And Tim Madsen, who's right now in 4th place overall with 2,841 points, he doesn't need much at all. But if, let's say, Zoltan or Frank Schwertfeger, who are leading the pack, scoring better than he does, now we're talking, we don't know. So this is, again, we're looking at some really lots of possibilities who's going to finish this up. And Tim Madsen is above all of them in the height. And wow.
Interesting.
And he's flying, of course, high speed right now. Right, if you can see on his board, on his he's flying best VNE, basically not in high VNE, but in the green, meaning lots of speed. The sink is minimal. He definitely knows what he's doing. He's just waiting for that purple light to go on. He's turning already before it, and it goes plink. There he is inside the circle, made it,
nice.
Turning hard to the left, turning around, and now he's speeding back up and going again. Yeah, I can see in his own chat. Very nice position, Tim. Very nice. That's his own channel. He has his own YouTube channel, and this is how we're able to see the cockpit view, because we tune into his YouTube channel in his live stream, and that's how we can see it. Right there, he's doing a McGrady at 2.7, and he's just following Davis Chapman right here, still at 2,400 feet, at 2,400 meters, following the group. If he scores 5th, he is definitely going to be in the top 5. Unless, maybe not definitely. No, because everyone right there who's right in front of them are also in the top. Gosh, I cannot make any predictions as to who, because I'm not that good at math, and I have my calculator here. Do I? Yeah, we don't have a live view of the scoring actively because we don't score live, are we? Do you have a live score actually on the Condor? Because sometimes we do have that.
Let's see if we have it now or not. But the scoring is not the same in Condor and in the scoring
No, I
system.
was just saying, right, there it is. No, we don't have the
Yeah,
we
but
don't.
it's not.
Right,
You don't have it. We just have the average speed to show the top 20,
right.
and that's
There is a setting that you can turn on the live scoring, but that's not what we're doing right now because that is really not helpful. We can see that the average speed, and that gives us a lot of information. So Norbert is the German. Neuberger is leading with 125 kilometers per hour, and Uwe, Zabček, Frank, they're all having 125. So they're all the same speed. As you can see on the screen, they're all on that same thing. Here we have Mikko Norminen from Finland, very closely following the green glider, which is, can't see the number. Is that John Foster? Can't see. No, Benfest, of course, the German Benfest.
Yeah.
And they're flying right now with 119 kilometers per hour. So they're about 5-6 kilometers slower than the leading group. And they're at the same height. So
we are really approaching the final glide right now, because I was looking at Oscar Neiner and Uwe Melzer in front of us, and they are really close to the ridge right now that is in front of them. But just after the ridge or the hills that they have in front of them, they can go straight.
Right now,
yeah.
Look at it. There's a mountain that you no. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that's already the highest mountain there. Look at that.
Yeah. And now they passed it, and they can just continue, move forward to go to the reporting point straight ahead.
There's JJJ commenting right now on the FAA on the Twitch channel.
Very sad for him.
Very sad. He was the leader. He would have been easily coming to Germany.
Yeah.
So sorry, man. So sorry.
Yeah, Franz Schwetzfeger is much higher. Oscar Neiner. Uwe Melzer is here as well. The Germans are doing a top flight, but do we have people, some pilots higher behind? Very fair play. JJ, so sad for you. David Redman, Davis Chapins. Oh, that's a nice view, because he has a lot of energy, Davis Chapins. I believe much more energy than what they have, but he's probably 2 to 3 kilometers behind, so he will need to push a lot, and he's already at 230 kph, so not easy. I think VN is 250 on the SW20, but I'll check straight away on Condor directly from my computer, so that I can confirm that with you. Always VNE. Always VNE.
Right, and the bleeding heart.
Yeah.
So now they're flying along this ridge that give them nothing but sink, it seems. And they're following this valley, because that valley will lead them to turn point 3. Frank Schwertfeger up there up front is slightly higher. He definitely knows how to fly these ridges with some very minute little movements on his joystick.
Wow.
And there's actually a nice ridge if you can look at it, but the wind is coming from the wrong side, no? That's the wrong side.
From the northwest, so that's not that bad, I would say, from here, because the north is on our right.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's okay.
It should carry. But if you look at Uwe losing 4 or 5 meters per second right now, that is massive sink.
At 250 kph, that's why. That's why
they're flying 250k per hour. That's why they're sinking so fast. Okay.
Max speed on Condor for the SW20. It really depends a lot on the versions in real life. So that's why I checked again. Some are limited to 250, others to 280 or less. This one is 280 kilometers per hour maximum. So they can still increase the speed, but then between 250 and 280, you just.
So here's the reporting point, and Frank Schwertfeger, as you predicted, is leading the race right now, coming to the prediction point, and then it's just a home stretch, the last couple of kilometers to the finish line, and he has a good height right now, 1,100 meters.
Wow!
And screaming, he is above the bottom 2.
It's Bisek.
Oh, look at Zabček coming over there. He's
Poland,
just right behind him.
Really good decision from him.
Wow! There he's going through the lift, through the turn. And now he's actually in a better position because he's closer to the finish line. But He's not as high. Definitely not as high. And Davis Chapman coming in here with some good height. David, come on. Let's speed up a little bit. You got to speed up to be able to go to Germany. Come on. You'll be flying over the mid-Atlantic with a big old Airbus of some sort, and we'll get you there. And let's speed up. Give everything you got. Give the 280 kilometers per hour you can create. Come on.
Very good for Davis.
Yeah.
Uwe Meltzer pushing. Looks like, whoa. And Spisek is doing a really good flight. Whoa, look how much they are pushing.
He's pushing as much as he can. Yeah. Eking out every centimeter of this game.
Oh, Frank Schwetzweger
is definitely smoking it right now. He's going to get it. He's going to make it. He's going to come in first. But the two right here are duking it out close to the ground. And wow, Frank is just like, nah, I don't care what you guys do. I'll do what I'm doing. Look at that. But they are coming from behind. They are coming from behind. Come on, Frank. Speed up.
Raise your arrival.
There's another one coming. Oh, there's a third. There's a fourth one coming right behind it. Everybody is coming in right there. Neuberger.
1 kilometer away from the finish line. They are flying at more than 200 kph. And Frank Schwetzweger from Germany is the winner of the day, winner of race 6 in the Pro Championship. Well done. Well done, mate.
Coming in second. And Dipchik coming in third. Oh,
that's very close.
That's very close.
Say between Felix Neuberger and him. So that's the top 4 already. And we have David Chapins coming in.
In fifth. Oh my goodness. The timing is so close. Yesterday in 5th place, you got 800 points.
Yeah.
Are you doing the math?
I'm at least taking some notes on the top 10. So that we can have a first look already.
If Davis has 800 points, that means he has 3,751. If Lerman doesn't score, Marcin May is far behind. He's not going to score. David Redman is coming in, and David Redman is in 9th right now, and he's going to come in, what, in 7th or 6th?
Yeah, in 6th. Yeah.
6th, and the 6th spot usually gets 760 points. That would put him up to 3,000 and 3,170, 3,000 something. 170.
That would be good. David
Redman coming in, also very nice.
730 meters max. Yeah, that's good enough. Don't need to pull up more than that, so that's really good. Mikko Nurminen,
the Finnish glider pilot, Nurminen, also coming in, scratching the trees they have turned off.
No, that will not be possible in Condor 3, guys. Huh? The option is always on. Everyone keeps the trees.
Here we go. He's pulling up a little bit to get that minimum height. Congratulations. Benfest coming in right here in 8th. Also, very good score. I mean, we're not far away. Congrats to all for sure. What a race. I know as soon as they're done, they're going to post these scoring on Condor Club, and I hope we stay online on the live to kind of see the scoring.
Stay with us because we're going to talk about the schedule for 2025 after
KMI. Emilia just came in. Nice.
KMI. After Benfest, KMI, if I'm correct. And then Sean Churchill.
Sean Churchill, S19. Sierra 19 coming in. Very good speed.
Well done,
267. Man. Yeah. I mean, wow. Sean Churchill did have a chance, but no. Not fast enough. So now we're just waiting for all these guys to come in, and then they will upload their flights, and hopefully we'll tell you guys who will be qualifying for the World Championship in Germany, Karlsruhe, in November. So there will be some time to take off. And the reason why is because the season in Europe is starting to pick up for real flyers to fly.
Yeah.
And so it gives us enough time to organize and we might be even having more than 3 people in Germany. Right now, it's just 3. Maybe we'll find a sponsor or 2 who will be able to dish out a little extra money for the flight, and we can bring that to you guys. Ryan Woods coming in here. I believe it's 10th or 11th. Marcin May coming in right now, and he's not scoring extra points because he doesn't need it. Sandor Lorincek? Sandor Lorincek.
Lorenchek.
Yeah.
Lorine-
Lima Sierra coming in. He's from Hungary as well, the Sandor. He was on 25th overall. Very good pilot. Again, all of these pilots have deserved to be here for sure. It took them a long time, lots of racing, lots of commitment and time and effort. Very well done. Joshua is asking, are there now 6 finalists in November instead of 3? Right now it's 3.
No, it's 3. I think it will stay 3 unless there is a huge surprise. But what's for sure is that there is going to be the contest in itself with the 3 pilots, and then there's going to be as well demonstrations, and probably that we will have a few races that are not linked to the world final, but for demonstration during the event in Karlsruhe with 20 or 40 pilots or more, so that everyone from the gliding community can see what virtual gliding is, so that we can show replays of the races and so on. But I believe if we can do once or twice a demonstration all together again, just like we've done with the IGC delegates 2 or 3 years ago, that would be fun probably to do. And I hope that Condor 3 is gonna be out by that time. And so there are no events planned in between this final race, and November, because as Norman said, we are in the peak season in Europe. It's starting right now. We have the Sailplane Grand Prix of Norway starting Sunday this week. So and for the entire week next week. So it's going to be a busy schedule, a lot of contests here in Europe starting, and a lot of stuff to do for everyone.
Hey, my competition starts in 2 weeks.
Yeah, as well.
My first competition ever, guys. Yeah. So I'll be looking forward to see what it means to fly in competition. I think it's a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother world, and I'll be learning a lot from all the the people that know how to do it. And I'll be watching and learning with these guys. But Antoine, do tell us what's happening for 2025. You said you have some good news for us.
Yeah, I was doing some calculations, but we will have to wait a little bit to see what's coming up. So for 2025, so as I said, we don't have anything really planned in between today and November. Unless Condor 3 comes out, then we will probably do a few races and some live streamings, but nothing is announced yet. So we will wait until it's out, and then we will do races together to test the game together and so on. Probably we'll keep the time between November until the end of the year to continue the testing with Condor 3. So that's going to be esports series type of events. And as from next year, so we are working with a lot of people from the Condor community around to have official FAI continental events in 2025, meaning we are aiming, we will organize 4 events. One European Continental Championship, the first FAI Virtual European Championship. We're going to have the first FAI North American Championship as well, in collaboration with the SSA, the US soaring community, and the Canadian community leading the project. We're going to have South American Continental Championship, led by the Argentinian, Brazilian, and Chile pilots and the entire community there, and a contest as well in Asia and Oceania. And we are setting this up right now with the people from Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. for that. We are still working on the date format schedule, but obviously there is going to be northern hemisphere events in winter time for us and southern hemisphere in winter time for them events, most probably because everyone wants to fly gliders in their summertime. So we expect to have an entire year of continental events for next year, and we will see if we add extra races. But the aim is to be able to support every community worldwide to build something a little bit bigger until and then we will wait for 2026 probably to have the next World Gliding Championship once those continentals are running well and the local organizers are really well organized to to do that basically. So that's the big announcement. And yeah, once again, I want to thank everyone already who is working and trying to get the groups together and the people working in the background. It will be a lot of work to do, and we aim to announce the schedule June, July, probably at the end of July, you will already have the entire schedule for 2025. That's it for the announcement today.
Well, but let's
Norman,
see about the race results, no? Come on. I mean, like, we can look at it. We know
the
Frank Schwertfeger came in first. We have
yeah,
Uwe Melzer in second, Dubček in third.
yeah.
There it is. Thank you for playing that in. Felix Neuburger in fourth. And was it Miko in fifth? Or there was someone else, right? There was someone else before Miko.
That's Frank Schwetzweger first, then Uwe
Yeah,
Melzer,
yeah.
Zbisset Koch.
Davis Chapman was in fifth. That's what it is.
Yeah,
If
Felix
you refresh the
Neuberger,
page, you can
then
see it.
Davis Chapins in. David Redmans is after Davis Chapin in sixth position. Then we have Mikko Nurminen, Ben Fest, KMI, Sean Churchill, Marcin May, and then Lima Sierra, and afterward Richard Badam, Jan Benezowski, and so on. But they are all uploading their races and their flight track right now. Basically, in the overall scoring, so we will only get the official results in 2 hours from now. We can confirm that Marcin May is in the top 3 and is the winner of the Pro Championship. So congratulations to Marcin May from Poland for winning this first
No. He didn't. We have still points coming in. He is in the top 3. He is not the first.
Is most probably the first. Most probably, I think, because we have Frank Schwetzweger with 3,740 points, and Marcin is going to have something like 500 points or so. Marcin May, 460 points maybe. So that's going to be 4,460
No, Marcin
points.
came in 10th. He didn't get any points. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, he get points. He get points. Because you have the 1,000, then you go down, and everyone gets points if you remember
so it's not just the top 10. Okay, I
no,
take it all back.
It's not like the world final. Remember, if you look at yesterday's race, for example,
so,
look at
then you're absolutely right. So Marcin May is the winner for sure.
Yeah, so he is going to be the winner, and then behind it's gonna be between
Davis Chapman and Frank Schwertfeger.
It's going
Uwe
to
Melzer.
be,
Those are the 3.
Exactly. Frank Schwetzweger, Uwe Melzer, Davis Chapman. Zbisek is
Frank
too
is
far away.
1,000 points. 1,000 points for Frank. So he has 3,700.
And 40 points. Yeah. So that's a lot
Chapman
of points.
Only gets 633 points or less. No, actually, it's changing because they're still coming in, so the points are still changing.
Yeah, but Davis Chapin is gonna get probably around 800 points, so that's gonna be 3,751. Yes, something like that.
Wow, that's gonna be put him right in front of Frank Schwertfeger.
Yeah, but that's going to be very close. It depends a lot on how many.
Uwe Melzer is also very close. Uwe Melzer came in second. And Uwe is going to get about 900 points, 950?
Uwe Melzer is going to get, around 920 points, 920 points, something like that. a nice
920 for Uwe Melzer. That
yeah.
puts him at 2,000, 3,000,
Yeah, 300. That's not enough.
300.
Yeah,
Not
not
enough.
enough. Not enough. So probably Franz Schwetzberger and Davis Chepins with Marcin May, most probably. But we will have to wait because it's not enough for Tim Madsen or Zoltan Varga. I don't think it's enough for KMI as well. Well, KMI has 640 points most probably for today. So yeah, it's not gonna be enough, I believe. So we'll confirm the results tomorrow. And Philippe Plata, he gave up the flight as I was looking at the 2D view 30 minutes ago. We didn't jump to him because he's in a complete different environment. He's actually getting to turn point 3 now, but he is had to avoid a lot of stuff, and I think he kind of stopped doing the flight at some point because he was going so much southwards, kind of crazy. But he will try to finish maybe this race. Well, is it time to close the show, Norman, tonight?
Well, I think it is time. It's been a wonderful couple of weeks hanging out with you for the last 6 races. It's been a pleasure having you guys on Twitch, YouTube, and or Facebook, as well as on our own website on FAI. And it's been great sitting next to you and having the exciting races on this virtual wall on Condor for the Virtual Gliding Pro Championship of 2024. I am looking forward to November. I'm looking forward to all the improvements and all the changes that are happening in the next 6 months or 4 months to be able to see this. I hope to be sitting next to you again, and preferably in Germany. Are you going to be in Karlsruhe when this happens?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Of course. He says, of course. This is just over there. I have to go to France, huh?
Yes,
Take
yes,
a train and go over to Karlsruhe. Huh? All right. Well, I'll try to put myself into a plane and fly over to Germany myself, and hopefully be next to you in the studio and having a nice chat and having this commentator, and hopefully maybe a second or fourth commentator that wants to join us and in Karlsruhe, Germany, to live stream this incredible race, this incredible sport of soaring. And again, thank you all, folks, for coming in and watching, liking, subscribing, hit that bell, all that jazz. Make it all happen for us, because we want to make this sport grow, not just for all the pilots in the world, but also for the newbies that never had the chance to fly in real life. Go start virtual and then get a bug and then fly for real. No?
Yeah, exactly, mate. So thank you all. I'm sure a lot of you will come to Karlsruhe, even if you're not invited to compete to the top 3 to the world final, whatever. But I know that people from the community will gather, and if you are doing virtual gliding and so on, even if you're not competing, please feel free to come and meet us. We'll have the stand for FAI virtual gliding. Next to it, sailplane Grand Prix stuff and FAI and IGC stuff, so you can talk to us and exchange your point of view and ideas on the sport. So thank you so much, everyone, and we leave you with this nice view from Montenegro. It was a great race today and a great championship to follow. So thank you to everyone sending very positive comments in the chat on both YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook as well. Thank you so much for following us. As Norman said, please like and subscribe, and we will see you very soon. Hopefully, I would say as soon as Condor 3 is out, probably we'll launch a live together to discover the game together. So let's have a finger crossed and gather together again as soon as we can. Norman? Thank you so much, and enjoy your evening, everyone, or your day.
Thank you.
And
Tschüss, goodbye, au revoir, salut, and very well. Happy soaring. Bye-bye.